Hello and a very good evening to everyone joining Sri Lanka's number one sports hub, the www.thepapare.com. It's a new year and the fifth week of the Dialog Rugby League game between Navy Sports Club and Air Force taking place here at the Welisara Navy base. Interesting stuff from both teams. Here's the confirmation. Navy Sports Club taking on Air Force here at Welisara. This is the fifth week game, the first game of the new year 2020. Coming to you live from the Navy grounds, Welisara. Both teams a lot to play for. Hasn't really had a great season so far. Air Force at the rock bottom, and Navy also missing out on games. The closest they came was against CH, and the weather forecast for today 29 degrees of Celsius the maximum temperature, and as it goes down into the evening 27 degrees of Celsius and a 12 kilometers per hour wind speed coming in from the northeast, and it'll be mostly sunny. But yesterday it was heavy rain as the day progressed into the evening, so it'll be interesting to see how the conditions change if it does manage to rain. And joining me in commentary is Yushran Lantra. A very good evening, Yushran.
Good evening, Kavint, and Happy New Year. And Happy New Year to all our viewers. So it's the first game in this 2019-2020 Dialog Rugby League, and it's bound to be a cracker between Air Force Sports Club and Navy Sports Club here at Welisara. Like you stated, Kavint, the weather looks, it is quite sunny now at the moment, but it can change in the course of the next few minutes.
And we will now go for a short commercial break, and when we do come back, we'll have the kickoff and the rest of
වෙඩින් එකට තාම හොටෙල් එකවත් බුක් කරලා නැහැනේ.
දෙකින් දෙන්නම් සිදු.
අලු සීට් එකක් දැම්ම නම් නරකයි.
දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න නම් දෙකෙන් ගන්න ඕනේ. Whatever the need, a Ceylon personal loan will be ready for you in just 2 days.
Ceylon personal loan කිව්වා වගේම වැඩ.
Ceylon Bank, the bank with a heart.
ක්‍රීඩාව සම්බන්ධ කතන්දර දැනගෙන හිටියට විතරක් මදි. ඒවා ලෝකෙටම ඇහෙන්න කියන්න පුළුවන් ක්‍රමයක් ගැනයි මේ කියන්නේ. නිකම්ම නෙමෙයි, මුදල් උපයන්නත් පුළුවන්. ක්‍රීඩාව ගැන රස කතා දන්නවා නම් ඒවා නිර්මාණශීලීව රූප මාධ්‍යයෙන් ඉදිරිපත් කරන්න පුළුවන් නම් කතා කරන්න අපට 0777 822 777 නැත්නම් ඊමේල් කරන්න careers@thepapare.com. thepapare.com ක්‍රීඩාවට හදවතින්ම.
අලු සීට් එකක් දැම්ම නම් නරකයි.
දෙකින් දෙන්නම්.
සර්, සර්ගේ පේමන්ට් එක සෙටල් කරන්න තියෙනවා.
දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින්
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න නම් දෙකෙන් ගන්න ඕනේ. Whatever the need, a Ceylon personal loan will be ready for you in just 2 days.
Ceylon personal loan කිව්වා වගේම වැඩ.
Ceylon Bank, the bank with a heart.
உங்கள் கிராமத்தில், உங்கள் நகரில், உங்கள் பிரதேசத்தில் உள்ள வீரர்கள் திறமையானவர்களா? அவளின் திறமைகளை நீங்கள் அறிந்து கொள்ள வேண்டுமா? தமிழ் பேசும் உங்களின் திறமைகளை உலகறியச் செய்யும் உங்களுக்கான யூடியூப் சேனல் www.youtube.com/ThePapare Tamil.
වෙඩින් එකට තාම හොටෙල් එකවත් බුක් කරලා නැහැනේ.
දෙකින් දෙන්නම් සිදු.
අලු සීට් එකක් දැම්ම නම් නරකයි.
දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න නම් දෙකෙන් ගන්න ඕනේ. Whatever the need, a Ceylon personal loan will be ready for you in just 2 days.
සිලාන් පර්සනල් ලෝන් කිව්වා වගේම වැඩ.
Ceylon Bank, the bank with a heart.
ක්‍රීඩාවා සම්බන්ධ කතන්දර දැනගෙන හිටියට විතරක් මදි. ඒවා ලෝකෙටම ඇහෙන්න කියන්න පුළුවන් ක්‍රමයක් ගැනයි මේ කියන්නේ. නිකම්ම නෙමෙයි, මුදල් උපයන්නත් පුළුවන්. ක්‍රීඩාව ගැන රසකතා දන්නවා නම් ඒවා නිර්මාණශීලීව රූප මාධ්‍යයෙන් ඉදිරිපත් කරන්න පුළුවන් නම් කතා කරන්න අපට 0777 822 777 නැත්නම් ඊමේල් කරන්න careers@thepapare.com. thepapare.com ක්‍රීඩාවට හදවතින්ම.
අලු සීට් එකක් දැම්ම නම් නරකයි.
දෙකින් දෙන්නම්.
සර් සර්ගේ පේමන්ට් එක සෙටල් කරන්න තියෙනවා.
දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින්
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න නම් දෙකෙන් ගන්න ඕනේ. Whatever the need, a Ceylon personal loan will be ready for you in just 2 days.
සිලාන් පර්සනල් ලෝන් කිව්වා වගේම වැඩ.
Ceylon Bank, the bank with a heart.
உங்கள் கிராமத்தில் உங்கள் நகரில் உங்கள் பிரதேசத்தில் உள்ள வீரர்கள் திறமையானவர்களா? அவளின் திறமைகளை நீங்கள் அறிந்து கொள்ள வேண்டுமா? தமிழ் பேசும் உங்களின் திறமைகளை உலகறியச் செய்யும் உங்களுக்கான யூடியூப் சேனல் www.youtube.com/ThePapare Tamil.
වෙඩින් එකට තාම හොටෙල් එකවත් බුක් කරලා නැහැනේ.
දෙකින් දෙන්නම් සිදු.
අලු සීට් එකක් දැම්ම නම් නරකයි.
දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න නම් දෙකෙන් ගන්න ඕනේ. Whatever the need, a Ceylon personal loan will be ready for you in just 2 days.
සිලාන් පර්සනල් ලෝන් කිව්වා වගේම වැඩ.
Ceylon Bank, the bank with a heart.
ක්‍රීඩාවා සම්බන්ධ කතන්දර දැනගෙන හිටියට විතරක් මදි. ඒවා ලෝකෙටම ඇහෙන්න කියන්න පුළුවන් ක්‍රමයක් ගැනයි මේ කියන්නේ. නිකම්ම නෙමෙයි, මුදල් උපයන්නත් පුළුවන්. ක්‍රීඩාව ගැන රසකතා දන්නවා නම් ඒවා නිර්මාණශීලීව රූප මාධ්‍යයෙන් ඉදිරිපත් කරන්න පුළුවන් නම් කතා කරන්න අපට 0777 822 777 නැත්නම් ඊමේල් කරන්න careers@thepapare.com. ThePapare.com ක්‍රීඩාවට හදවතින්ම.
අලු සීට් එකක් දැම්ම නම් නරකයි.
දෙකින් දෙන්නම්.
සර් සර්ගේ පේමන්ට් එක සෙටල් කරන්න තියෙනවා.
දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින්
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න නම් දෙකෙන් ගන්න ඕනේ. Whatever the need, a Ceylon personal loan will be ready for you in just 2 days.
සිලාන් පර්සනල් ලෝන් කිව්වා වගේම වැඩ.
Ceylon Bank, the bank with a heart.
Welcome back to Sri Lanka's number one sports hub, the www.thepapare.com. It's the game between Navy SC versus Air Force here at the Welisara Navy grounds. It was it's the 5th week of the Dialog Rugby League and the first game of the new year 2020. It was the last week results. CH and FC inching away Navy. It was a heartbreak for Navy. Navy having led 21-18. CH clinching victory 23 points to 21, and it was easy going for Kandy at Police Park 34 points to 13, and CRNFC convincing winners against Army 33 points to 10, and Havelock edging out Air Force 16 points to 11. That was how the last week results went. It was in the last year as well, the 2019, and here's a look at the points table. Kandy SC, the defending champions, they've won everything with 3 bonus points as well, a total of 23 points, and CRNFC unbeaten, and tomorrow it will be that clash, the unbeaten clash between Kandy and CRNFC, 23 points and 21 points. Havelock SC only lost to Police with 17 points, and Police going down twice to CRNFC and Kandy with 13 points, and CHNFC, Army and Navy followed by 9 points each, and Navy and Air Force, this is the clash. They haven't won anything at all, just 2 bonus points for both teams, and today one of these teams will certainly clinch a victory, hopefully. And this season's highest try scorers, Danish Dilishan from CRNFC and Buddhima Piratna from Kandy. Two superstars, Danish Dilishan from Royal College, played in the 2017 champion side, and Buddhima Piratna, the former DS Senanayaka wing three-quarter, played here at Navy and switched back to the defending champions, the Kandy outfit. And the highest point scorer, Reza Mubarak. What a player he has been throughout the seasons. He has switched from Havelock to CRNFC and securing a certain position at fullback with 48 points. He is going to make an important part. He is going to play an important part tomorrow as well against Kandy. And the last time these two teams met, this was how it panned out. Air Force getting those 3 points early, and Navy, yes, Buddhima Piratna, who switched to Kandy. He was an important player, playing with Chatura Senaviratna and the likes of Radish Senaviratna. At halftime it was 5-6, not a scoreline anyone expected, but in the second half, as I correctly remember, Navy went away with it, but Air Force certainly gave a tough challenge to Navy. It was played at Welisara the last time around as well. Here's Ravin Silva sending it out wide. And the last try is Mohammad Abzal not playing as well. Here it was Moshin Falil and Chatura Senaviratna sending it out to Buddhima Piratna, who ended proceedings the last time around. Navy edging it out, 18 points to 17. What a game it was. We'll certainly be lucky if we see a match of that caliber. Both teams being led out, and the Navy team card, Deshan Vimukti, Amit Gunasinghe and Charit Silva forming the front rows. Supun Piris and Adisha Veeratunga, champion Adisha Veeratunga, the Sevens superstar, forming the lock combination. Janit Lakshara and Chamit Majsanka as the flankers. Adisha Senaviratna, the experience at number 8. Richie Dharmpala rather, Seru Kaluvoti and Samit Dhananjay, Mushin Falil forming the center combination with Sachin Kabi Singh Sekara, Chatura Senaviratna at the wing, and Isuru Kongahawatta at fullback. And the replacements, Mahesh, Shevon, Charit, Nirosh, Ravin. Surprisingly, Ravin De Silva is at the bench, and Hasinta, Gayan and Stefan Sansoni forming the replacements for Navy Sports Club. And for Air Force, it will be Ranuko Medakadara, Parakrama Ratnayak and Nuan Jayakaruna forming the front rows. Dilanta Javira and Anjula Hettiarachi forming the lock combination. Abhishek Fernando and Gimhana Silva, the flankers, and Sara Cavarella, the experienced Sara Cavarella at number 8, and Nuan Pereira at scrum half. Gayanta Iddamalgoda playing as the fly half. Ishara Majjan at the left wing. Surya Krishan and James Tuea at the center, and Tuan Pakir playing at the right wing, and Faris Ali at fullback. And the replacements, the former Kingswood prop, Tuan Farid, Johan Gihan and Tilna Pereira, Shashika Amita and Jehan Silagama also in the bench, and the final replacement will be Imash for Air Force. We are now observing a 1 minute silence for the 4 airmen who tragically passed away at Haputale earlier this morning due to a plane crash. 1 minute of silence being observed.
Thank you very much. Let's get into the kickoff.
Both teams ready for kickoff. Navy playing in their home jersey, a white, blue, and the match officials Akil Jamaldeen and Gihan Nator and Romario De Silva acting as they are. This is going to be an interesting clash between the two rock bottom teams. Both haven't won a single game, and both with 2 points as well, Yushra.
Definitely, and that's exactly why this game is supposed to be a big one for both these teams. Still not able to get on their normal rhythm. Navy Sports Club used to be a front runner in this league, Kavin, in the STS, but since of late they've not been able to find their rhythm. Air Force Sports Club as well. They was in the final last year in the Clifford Cup, but this time around, 4 weeks later, they're still not able to secure victory. So we'll have Navy Sports Club kicking off from left to right.
And also the Giant Killers Police Sports Club. What a tournament they are having. They've defeated big teams like Havelock. There's Isuru with a good high-hanging kick. Collected by Air Force. Takes into contact. Good defense from Navy early on. Sending out to Anjula Hettiarachi, the former Isipatana lock. A good high-hanging kick straight into touch, I thought, but it was infield for Tuan Pakir, the former Lumbini wing recorder, and a penalty given away by Tuan for holding on. But it was a lovely kick from Tuan.
Definitely, and for all money it looked like the ball was going to find touch, but Tuan showing us he's got some pace. First up, good run for Air Force Sports Club. Gained a few good meters. Played in good phases, so good start of play for Air Force Sports Club. We saw that in the warm-up itself, Kavin. We were speaking earlier. They showed a great intense warm-up, contrary to Navy Sports Club.
Yes, and Chatura Senaviratna. Chatura Senaviratna putting it out on the halfway mark. Amit Gunasinghe with the throw in for Navy. Second pot, Richie Dharampala. Good take by Richie, but not a very good pass to his center. Samit Dhananjay, it was. Here's the ball being spread wide. Numbers on the outside. Cut him back in. Here's Chatur Senaviratna taking the ball into contact. A good carry through the middle. Here's the forwards. Amit Gunasinghe taking the ball into contact. Some good early hits from Navy. The Fijians sending a long cutout pass. Out by to Chatura Senaviratna. Advantage being played in favor of Navy. Courtesy of a high tackle. The chip opted by Richie Dharampala, collected and fallen luckily in the favor of Navy. Still advantage for a knock on. Here's numbers on the outside. Not a good collection by Mushin Falil. A kick and chase. Air Force finally manages
Stay number 4 blue.
to get some position, although they kick it away. Here's the Fijian with a good space winder. Tuan Pakir finally putting the ball into touch.
Yes, there was some good counter-attacking play by Navy Sports Club. They won the penalty first up, found some good touch. Not a clean line out, although they recovered well enough. And then they just swung the ball to either sides. Didn't gain much yardage, but nevertheless
Number 9.
gained a bit of territory. And once again with possession.
Amit Gunasinghe with the throw in the second line out he's had on this game. A clean line out. Here's Seru Kaluwadi. The ball being knocked on. Not a good couple of collections by Samit Dhananjaya. He's missed one and knocked one on, giving Air Force
Okay, sorry. Yes.
an opportunity to counter in their own half.
So the first scrum of the game in favor of Air Force now. An unforced error there by Dhananjaya. Just unable to hold on to possession. So first up, Nuwan Pereira with the put in. This will be a tester for both teams.
Okay, boys, listen.
It will be
Crouch.
interesting to see if Saraka Viral decides to break
Set.
as the number 8.
I wouldn't mind that he is a powerhouse, Kavint. But referee Akil Jamaldeen not happy with the scrum. So they will have to go at it again. 5 minutes into the game. And the sun still shining bright.
Was Deshan Vimukti with the early engagement, wearing that number 30 jersey for Navy.
Bind.
Nuwan Pereira with the feed, but a free kick given in favor of Navy. Here's Richie Dharampala tried to take it quickly. The scrum not being stable
Stop.
early on, so Navy
Mark here.
opting for another scrum.
I remind ka
Front row put
Crouch
into
කියන කලින් මගේ shoulders එළිය දාන්න ඕනේ. Crouch කිව්වන් පස්සේ පල්ලයට යන්න. Okay? Bind long arm bind එක ගන්න ඔයාගේ නෙමෙයි. Long arm bind එක ගන්න ඕනේ. Setting steady තියාගෙන ඉන්න ඕනේ.
So referee Akil Jamaldeen just refreshing the front row's knowledge and how he wants the scrum to be done.
Bind.
Richie Dharmapal now.
Steady.
Here's the break by Radish Nivratna, sending it out to Seru. Still going is Seru,
Second roll away.
taken down.
Yeah,
Here's Chatura to Richie Dharampara, acting as the scrum half. Deshan Vimukti takes the ball into contact. Here's numbers opening up for Navy. Decides to cut back in. Mushin Falil puts a lovely offload back to Dhananjaya. Richie Dharampala to his lock
Roll.
combination. Adish
Hands away.
Tunga, that is. Here's Seru.
Advantage
Lovely
over.
cut out pass. He has numbers on the outside. Chatura Senaviratna. He should have given the ball out wide.
Off it. Off.
Inside the 22 meters goes Navy. Richie Dharampala. Here's Supun Peris. Was a huge gap opening up, but a lovely stuff from the hooker. Parakramaratnayaka securing that turnover.
Mark here.
Great technique there, Kavint. He saw the opportunity, stood strong on his feet. Great positioning. Straight away went for the ball, Parakram Ratnayaka. He's not just good in defense, Kavin. We saw last year he scored over 10 tries and was among that top try scorer list. So he is turning out to be a great player for Air Force Sports.
Let me know.
First to approach that ruck and winning his team possession from a dangerous play.
And comparatively, the Air Force scrum were pretty strong last time around with the likes of Charles Praveen in that front row. Here's Air Force, Ganta Itamalgoda, Tusur Krishan.
Tackle, roll
In that tackle.
White, white.
Ball available.
Ball is available.
For Air Force. Luan Pereira. Yes, Surya Krishan again.
Backwards play on. Leg.
The ball was loose.
Okay, hands away.
By the Fijian. Ganta Itamalgoda trying to go by himself. Held in the tackle. Surely this will be a scrum for Navy. Being held up. Not the correct decision by Ganta Itamalgoda. Good stuff from Navy.
Definitely, it shows to go in the wrong position with the Malgoda. He was isolated there clearly, and moreover, he's in his own half count. I think he should have swung the ball, passed the ball out to his wingers first up. Something sparked up in the corner.
James was really waiting for that ball in midfield. This is the second scrum for Navy in favor of Navy. Two scrums. Air Force, the front row
Coach.
in trouble. Was a free kick given in
Bye.
favor of Navy. Courtesy of that.
Set.
Here again, Rajesh Seneviratne breaks again, just as he did earlier. Gives it out to Seru. Richie Dharampala
Hands away, blue.
opts to
Hands
go
away.
to his blind side. He has Dharampala to Adesha
Now
Veeratunga.
hands away, blue. Blue hands.
Yes,
Blue
sir.
hands. First roll
Really
away.
gain meters. He has Seru. A lovely
Backwards play
cutout
on.
pass, but the ball has been knocked back. Think there was a loose pass. Chatura Seneviratne does really well. A long cutout pass. Yes, numbers opening out wide for Navy. Richie Dharampala to Seru, who puts in to Radhisha Seneviratne.
Tackle.
Takes the ball into contact. The Air Force player isolated in that ruck. Does manage to get
Hands
over.
away, blue. Hands. Release.
Supun Piris taking the ball into contact. Here's Adisha Veeratunga. Good early pressure from Navy. Deshan Vimukti gaining a couple of meters.
Playing advantage number 2.
Advantage
Hands
being
away.
played in favor
Blue
of
hands.
Navy as well. Knock on.
You're still playing
Richie
advantage.
Dharampala. To Amit Gunasinghe. Here's Seru busting through one tackle. Deshan Vimukti still on his feet, and
Advantage
Deshan
over.
with a lovely offload, but equally well defended. Is
Tackle, release.
Supun Piris. Charit
Play on,
Silva
play on.
rather. Numbers on the outside. Seru, a lovely cutout pass. Chatura Seneviratne
Okay, hands away, blue.
taken down inside the 22
Too late.
meters. Richie Dharampala to Seru, a good tackle on Seru Kaluwati. Yes, the gaps opening up. Mushin
Off
Fali.
it, blue.
I think this will be the first try coming in for Navy. Think that was Deshan Vimukti. Was Charit Silva. Charit Silva with the assist of Deshan Vimukti crashing over.
Yes, we saw Silva carry the ball numerous times earlier on in the phases, and great effort by him. Pumped those legs, kept on pumping till he saw that he was through over the white posh. I think courtesy of the skipper Richie Dharmapala, who controlled the game well, although the passes were a bit all over the place. Scattered bit of play, but in the end, Navy reward themselves with a 5-pointer. Chaturaseni Viratna with the opportunity to add the extra 2. Takes his time with the kick. Clearly off the mark. Not a good start there for Chaturaseni Viratna. He's an able kicker. But let's take another look at that wonderful try. Richie Dharmapala feeds the ball to his centre Mushin Falil. And thereon he saw the space. Gave the ball to Charit Silva. Latched on by his teammate. And then straight away just pushed over the white posh. First try up for Navy Sports Club. So 5 points to nothing. Home team in the lead. The Airmen yet to get into their own half.
A high hanging kick by Air Force, collected by Guru Singha. Taken into contact, gains meters. Richie Dharmapala sends it out to Chaturaseni Viratna, who will clear his line. A lovely high hanging kick, doesn't find touch. Taken by Surya Krishan. Well tackled by Radhisha Seniviratna as well. Here's Idda Malgoda. Out to his centers. James cleaning up the mess. Surya Krishan yet again with a carry. Here's James with another good pass out wide. Idda Malgoda surveys and sends it out to Pakir. Held by his ankles. Sara Kovirala doing up the cleaning work. Idda Malgoda, a flat pass out wide. Not really good game sense from Air Force at the moment. Idda Malgoda opts to go for his boot. And clearly the mark has been called. It was Sachinka Abesekura.
Get back 10. The
fullback rather, Isuru Kongahawatta.
Yeah, good.
And puts the ball to boot. A line out at halfway. And ThePapare's very own platform on Facebook, the ThePapare Rugby page. You can catch the stats and the graphics.
Yeah, definitely all the numbers and figures throughout all the competitions in Sri Lanka for rugby. You can catch it all on the very own platform for rugby, ThePapare Rugby on Facebook. Coming back to the game, Navy Sports Club has won a penalty just 3 meters from the centre mark. With the form Chatura Seniviratna showed in his first kick, I don't think they'll be opting to go for the 3 points. Rather fine touch. And from there on, form a mole and counter.
He was already
extend
ready,
their lead.
so he's the first arriver. He can play, he has rights as well. නෑ එයාලා arriving player එයා tackler නෙමෙයි එයා arriving tackle assist උත් නෙමෙයි tackler උත් නෙමෙයි එයා arriving player එයා play කරනවා එයා right side නෑ මම ඉක්මනට ඉවර කරා
Chamit Madhusanka.
Okay. Time back on.
Very awkward angle. As you correctly said, Yuzran Chatura Seniviratna definitely opts for that line out. So an attacking position for
okay.
Navy. They're already 5 points up.
All in.
Amit Guru Singha with another throw in. The lineups have been comparatively good for Navy. Adish Viratunga
Immediate play on.
falls in that rolling ball. Advantage being played in favor of Navy. But a knock on being forced on.
Grip kala. Meha grip kala. Grip kala. Ball. Okay. Inside, yeah.
Be a scrum in favor of Air Force.
Yeah, referee Akil Jamaldin was right on the spot to call that. He saw clearly what happened inside that mole. The mole just didn't move forward. And Navy Sports Club hooker dropping the ball. Trying to be a little cheeky there,
Boy.
picking it up.
Set.
But rightfully so, Air Force with
Break.
a scrum.
Referee Akil Jamaldin clearly not happy with the scrummaging again. It was
He has been trying
Mark
to explain to the front row players not to engage early and wait for his call and stay on the mark. Rather, they opt to go otherwise, but nevertheless, 18 minutes on the clock, Kavin, and Air Force are yet to come and play some rugby in the opposition half.
Set. Steady.
referee. This is the third time referee Jamaldin had a word with the front row. Gante Damalgoda doing really well with so much of pressure right in front of his nose.
Anything from that side?
It was a good scrum from Navy.
Anything from your side of the
Clearly
set.
some trouble for Air Force in that front row. Nuan Pereira too did really well to get that ball out of the scrum. Amit Guru Singha
Backwards, play on.
combines with Adesha. Radisha Seneviratna, here's the try scorer Charit Silva. Taking the ball into contact, Richie Dhanampala. Here's Seru, numbers on the outside, Isru Kongawat
Play on.
gaining
Positive
some
play.
meters. A ball by Air Force and a penalty being won. Surely they'll put this into touch.
Brilliant work there by Gayanthi Damagoda. Made an important tackle and also got back on his feet. Showed daylight, turned the ball over. So Air Force are doing the right things,
Yeah.
but they're just not able to make it count, make it to the opposition half, play some good faces. There's no continuity whatsoever from
Water break.
Air Force.
Water break.
And right on the stroke of the 20th minute, referee Akil Jamaldin goes for a water
Hey,
break.
water gene kallinda. Don't go there.
And it seems to us that
Water in
Air
the-
Force is
water in-
lacking
water in
that
here again.
final execution. The final
Hare,
pass is not going to hand. Here's Isru Kongawat.
Hit and be metan inno.
Good stuff from Gayanthi Damagoda. He was right over the ball. Turned it over. And the oncoming Navy player had no rights to that ball after Iddamalgoda had stolen it.
Does it look like that?
Yeah, he was off his feet as well. It didn't support his own body weight. That's why they were penalized. But what impresses me of Iddamalgoda is Kavint. Year on year, he's not gained much physicality-wise, but he's still strong on his feet and compete. And he can definitely compete in those rucks to win them.
Iddamalgoda has been a brilliant player for Air Force, playing at that fly half position for so many years. He has controlled things for Air Force. What a break.
Also, in this midst of rugby fever, you can catch the cricket tournament, the Singa Under-19 Division 1 cricket tournament 2019-2020. You can catch the matches live every week on batsman.com and ThePapare.com. So make sure you're logged and tuned in to ThePapare. We cover all sports in Sri Lanka. But today we're here at Welisara the first game of 2020 between Navy Sports Club and Air Force. So far, 5 points to nothing. Navy Sports Club in the lead.
Parakram Ratnayaka with the throw in. This time, Ethan Malgoda sends it out to James. Air Force still playing in their own half. Whenever they've got some good possession, they've only managed to kick the ball away. Here's Ethan Malgoda trying to create some space, but another knock on being forced by Navy. Good stuff from Seru.
Scrum. Knock forward.
So scrum in favor of Navy.
Out. Yeah, out ke mom banna. Ara arga thamai putta banna. Isale ko hundai. Thank you sir.
Air Force committing to those silly mistakes, giving away possession whenever they've had any good ball. Has been the story so far. Navy capitalizing on one such error.
Crouch.
Scoring through Charit Silva.
Bind.
Richie Dharampala with another feed. Good ball out wide to the Fijian. Here's numbers on the outside. Chatura Seniratna breaking through. Still going is Chatura Seniratna. He's had a brilliant season so far. Here's Dharampala yet again. To Adisha Veeratunga. Good. Rithi Dharampala. Here's Seru. Takes the man. Pops a pass out wide, but I think that went a tad little too forward.
Not a tad bit, Kavind. It went clearly forward. But Navy Sports Club gaining some momentum and great continuity. But Seru just not able to put in a good offload. Let's take another look at that. Quick ball, they had space. Great first ball, but in fact that wasn't Seru. It was Isuru Kongawata with that offload attempt.
He was clearly off balance when he threw that ball away.
But he should have held on to it, Kavin. Possession is key in any sport, and Kongawata should have held on to position, slowed things down. He has an experienced skipper playing at number 9. Richie Dharmapala would have known how to control things from there on.
Surely he had support as well. The Air Force defense was scrambling.
Mark here. Time back on. Mark here.
So it will be a scrum in favor of Air Force. Air Force hasn't really played any rugby in the opposition half. Whenever they've had any good ball, they've kicked it away, or they've given possession away through some silly mistakes.
Crouch!
With another feed in to the pressurized Air Force scrum. The referee has already spoken a couple of times to Air Force. The ball has been turned over. It has been knocked over rather. Here's Ratisha Sanivaratna going through the blind side. Some good 10 meters gained, and here's Charit Silva pumping his legs through. Still going is Charit Silva, the try scorer. Really good stuff from Charit Silva, but the ball has been held up right over the line. A very good run from Charit Silva.
What a great technique they are shown by both the prop forwards, Kavint, Charit Silva and Deshan Vimukti. Brilliant work there. If you can take another look at that run, this is where they formed. A good 5, 10, 15, 20 meters, Kavint. Just kept on pumping that leg.
Right over the line as well. It was held up. Was the call from referee Akim Jamadin. Scrum in favor of Air Force, but the try scorer is already scored one with the help of Deshan Vibhukti. Almost scored another. Air Force scrum in heaps trouble. Sara Goviral couldn't gather that clean ball.
So Richie Dharmapala and his troops with another
Crouch!
scoring opportunity in a brilliant position. Mushin Falil. We know how he can crash.
Was Navy driving maul. Richie Dharampala finally takes the ball over and he has scored. It's Radisha Senaviratna, the veteran number 8. Played
number 8
for Air Force last season around. Switched to his all club and right from the back of the scrum goes Radisha. Thought it was Richie Dharampala. He clearly wanted the ball, but it was the number 8 Radisha going in for that second try. And Chatura Senaviratna has been taken out of the kicking duties. It will be Isuru Kongahawat with the conversion. Left.
And that's exactly why he's taking this kick coming. He's a left-footed kicker. Navy have the luxury of opting for 2 kickers, and he does his job well. Adds the extra 2, so 12 points to nothing. Navy Sports Club takes on the lead and extends it. But so far, Kavint, the forwards of Navy Sports Club are doing all the hard work. We've not seen much from the backs. The forwards doing a brilliant job. This was Radisha Senaviratna's try. Shoving from that scrum. And then clearly breaking from number 8, picking up the ball. And just slide dive over for their second try.
Lovely high hanging kick. Amit Guru Singh doesn't manage to collect it cleanly. Good defense from Tuan Pakir. Chatura Senaviratna clears his line. Just outside the 22 meters of Navy. And for the first time, Air Force have an opportunity just outside the 22 meters. It will be a line out. This is so far the best opportunity they had.
Took them almost half an hour to get even close to the 22, Kavint. If they could make this count, they could spark something up in the next few minutes to come. They have 13 minutes remaining in the first half. And they're yet to show what they can do.
Parakrama Ratnayaka with the throw in. Collected by Ravindu Anjula. The forwards going laterally. Use it once is the call. Here's the break. Lovely stuff from Air Force. Finally, we are seeing some good stuff from the forwards. Still going is Air Force. Finally brought down. Advantage being played in favor of Air Force. Numbers on the outside. Kanti Tamal got a rush defense. Given the ball out to James. Advantage still being played in favor of Air Force. Yes, Duan Pereira. Two Parakrama Ratnayaka, numbers on the outside. Ravindu Anjula. A good tackle on Ravindu Anjula by Chatura Senaviratna. But advantage was being played by referee Akhil Jamaldi.
Talk about that rolling maul, Kavint. Started off going laterally, but then they just found their rhythm and pumped Alex through from the 22 till the 5-meter line. Brilliant work by the Air Force forwards, and now they have a penalty. Just a matter of deciding whether to go for touch or take a scrum, and after looking at what their maul can do, they'll definitely go for that line out.
And certainly a 12-point deficit. Surely they'll opt for that rolling maul yet again. They went at least 15 meters. advantage was being played twice by referee Akil Jamaldeen. First for collapsing, then for offside. Here's Air Force forming that rolling ball yet again. This was exactly what happened in the first scrum as well. Good defense from Navy, but advantage being played in favor of Air Force. Nuwan Pereira. Will hand the ball over to Gayanith Malgoda. Will put it into touch yet again and form that rolling ball.
Navy Sports Club clearly indisciplined from the line out. The locks binding in from the wrong, from away from the gate.
Finally some pressure being put on the Navy forwards.
Brilliant work there by the referees as well to spot that.
Ravindu Anjula collected cleanly, and he has the ball with Parakrama Ratnayaka, one of the highest prize scorers last season around. Here's Air Force and going over. They have scored the first try. Think that is Parakrama Ratnayaka. Yes, it is Parakrama Ratnayaka, the hooker, joining from the back of that rolling ball, and he goes over. He's scored plenty of tries like that last time around, and good stuff from Air Force, finally getting into that 22 meters, and they've gone away with points. Here's the replay. Ravindu Anjula, beautiful collection, and Parakrama Ratnayaka there, he joins the line, asks for the ball, gets it, goes in with his front row, and over he goes.
Kudos to those supporting players from the back as well. They steered Ratnayaka to where he had to go. He was going laterally at first, but then they came in from the sides and marshaled him well, doing a great job steering. And Iddamal Goda, brilliant kick from him, putting all his experience into play. It was a difficult and tight angle, but didn't matter for Iddamal Goda. He slots in the 2 points, so 7 points to 5. It's just a 5-point, a one-try game. And Air Force nevertheless still in it, Kavind.
And the wind certainly helped Iddamal Goda. There's a crossword being coming in from the right to left. Curves back just enough, just off the left of that right upright. Here's the restart. Good, lovely hanging kick. And Air Force yet again decides to put that ball into touch. This is what they've been doing all day long, and finally when Air Force got some momentum going with that forwards, they surely were hard to stop, as we saw in that last try. Amit Gurusingha, Adisha Veeratunga taps it back to his captain. Here's Charit Silva. He's had some brilliant runs so far in the game. Here's Seru out to Kongahavatta. Chaturaseni Viratna takes the ball into contact. A lovely offload, and Seru sends the ball out to midfield. A long cutout pass it was to midfield. Here's Charit Silva yet again. This time he's tackled by 2 men. Numbers on the outside. Here's the lock. Supun Piris taking the ball into contact. Richie Dharampala searching for that ball in the ruck. A lovely cutout pass. Charit Silva. The ball has been knocked backwards. But here's the numbers on the outside. Chaturaseni Viratna finally fends off a couple of defenders. Hands the ball out wide. Center Sachinka, and the ball has been turned over yet again by Gayantha Iddamal Goda, the little man. with a couple of sneaky turnovers.
We spoke about him, Kavint, and he's showing why
here.
he's
Mark
just
here.
all over the place, leading from up front, but
Time off.
it doesn't look to be in good shape.
Time off. Hold it there.
Iddamal Goda seems to be hurting. Off your
Richie.
screen, he's down on
Number
the
9.
floor.
Number 9.
And the referee,
But referee wants to have a word with the Navy skipper Richie Dharmapala.
I'm briefing it කතා කරා.
That was-
toss එකේදීත් කතා කරා. මට කිසිම දෙයක් කෑ ගන්න බෑ කියලා. Okay? Open play එකේ තුවා කෑ ගැව්වා. මේ හරිත් කෑ ගැව්වා. ඔව් ඔයා තමයි. Number 9. Okay? Captain, as responsibility you have to take. Okay? Okay.
He's just advising Dharmapala to mind his language and keep his voice down and not to argue with the referee. Asks Richie to show some sense of responsibility, and I think he did the right thing there, Akil Jamaldeen.
a lovely kick from Nuwan Pereira. Gayantha Iddamalgoda. Here's the replay. Chatura Seneviratne bumping off a couple of defenders. Giving it out to Sachin
Five.
Kabesekara.
Five.
And Gayantha Iddamalgoda right over it. He showed daylight. Good stuff. And here's Parakram Ratnayaka. Now I wonder what they'll try with this line out. Just inside the 50 mark. Sends the ball out wide. Here's Iddamalgoda. I think there was a touch too forward. But here's the Air Force with an opportunity. A good tackle. I think Jahan Silagam has found his way into the
Take
field.
advantage.
Gayantha Iddamalgoda. Advantage being played in favor of Air Force as well. Here's Air Force with some momentum. Here's Surya Krishan. Lovely contact. Gayantha Iddamalgoda trying to go by. Advantage being played in favor of Air Force for that line of
Leave it.
sight.
But talk about that passage of play, Kavint.
Mark here.
The intensity and the running angles of the Air Force players, Kavint, on point. Brilliant work there. Front football collected
Number
cleanly,
5.
and they just
5.
rushed into that Navy defense, causing all sort of havoc in the
Mark it.
Navy defense line.
This is what we saw in the warm-ups as well. Air Force was really efficient with that
Okay.
warm-up. And yet again, they are not going for 3 points. They are going for that rolling ball. They'll find touch, and Jahan Silagama has come in place. And what a lovely kick from Nuwan Pereira. It was, I think,
In fact, it was Ishara Madhushan.
Penalty.
A brilliant kick by the
Penalty.
lad. Just 2 meters short of the 5-meter line.
So okay.
Golden opportunity for Air Force Sports Club
Numbers?
to equalize things.
8
or
all in.
maybe
Or 7.
Go for a 7-pointer if they could touch down somewhere close to the post. But Iddamalgoda, a very able kicker. We saw him
Radha.
doing the first time round.
2
The
meters.
wind
2
a
meters.
bit too
2
strong.
meters.
they've set it up. Here's
Take
Ravidu
advantage.
Anjula here again. They form that rolling ball. They go by the side, drive it forward. Parakram Ratnayaka still has the ball with himself. Coming in from the side.
More.
Rather
Take
think
advantage.
advantage being played
So,
and penalty
I have
being
identity.
won.
Ball got taken as identity.
Surely Deshan Mukti had no right to that ball. He was clearly coming in from the side.
Penalty. Penalty. Sided.
Can
Mark here.
see a replay of that after
Yeah, sided.
Ishara Madhushan has put that ball into touch.
Yeah, time out. Oh, wow, Tulla.
Surely a
Very
lot of
kaliin වට යන්න බෑ.
firepower in the midfield as well, with Jahan Silagama joining that line.
Definitely. Silagama and James. But this was that ball. We keep an eye out for Deshan Vimukti. He came
Time
in
off.
from the side,
Time off.
joined the ball from the side, and then
Medic.
snatched, grabbed the ball from behind
දෙපැත්ත ඉන්න බෑ.
the ball carrier. Clearly a penalty. And the referee, EAR Romario de Silva, just advising the Air Force water carrier that he could not join the physio in the touchlines.
Yes,
Coming-
Ravindu Anjula yet again.
Ball!
Ratnayaka, lovely throw for Ravindu Anjula. Here's the Air Force going through the motions yet again, and it will be Parakram Ratnayaka to score the second try for Air Force. Yet another try. The second try for Parakram Ratnayaka. After that initial passage of poor play from Air Force, they're turning the tables around. Parakram Ratnayaka
So,
coming in from
මේ kick එකෙන් ඔබ ඉවරයි.
the back of that rolling ball.
kick එකෙන් ඔබ ඉවරයි.
But talk about that
kick එක ඔබ කොහොමද ඉවරයි?
Mall Kavin. I think it's almost similar to Havelock Sports Club. If I was to pick the two best rolling malls of the league, definitely Air Force would be my number 2 after Havi's. But great technique and great speed there. They all just forming as one bunch, and that rhythm and that flow. You can take another look at that.
Parakram Ratnayaka to Ravindu Anjula.
First things first, they get the line out right and clean, and then Parakrama comes joining in from the back, and then the transition is made just 2-3 meters before the touchline, and Parakrama Ratnayaka makes no mistake. He has scored tons of that. Now with the Malgoda with a number 2, and brilliantly done, bisected the post from the middle. So Air Force Sports Club will go into half-time with a lead, 14 points to 12. What, how the tables turned, Kavint, in this final 15 minutes.
Parakram Ratnayaka certainly doing brilliantly. The forwards were clearly below par in the first 30 minutes of the game for Air Force, and then with the inclusion of some spice to that forwards, Parakram Ratnayaka scoring 2 tries and 2 beautiful conversions from Gayanta Iddamalgoda as well. So at halftime it's 14 points to 12 after being down by 12 points to 0 at the 30-minute mark. Air Force has scored 2 converted tries to get into the lead at the end of the first half. We'll take a look at the highlights of that first half. Here you go, the restart. Isuru Kongahawat putting the ball high into the air.
And they're on Air Force Sports Club. They were just stuck in their own half, giving Navy, the home team, the opportunity to capitalize and score that first try. Charit Silva, a brilliant run by him, supported by his teammate prop forward Deshan Vimukti. This was another brilliant run. They just latched on to each other like a leech and scored, and almost scored the second try, but the second try came through Radisha Seniviratna, who picked the ball up from that scrum in the 5 meter and just dived over the whitewash. But in that 30th minute is where Air Force unleashed themselves, coming the forward especially. The first time they got into that inside the 22 meters, they made it count by scoring this fabulous try. The rolling maul first went laterally, but then once they straightened up, there was no stopping it from the Navy Sports Club. Gayant Iddamalgoda, the senior man, made no mistake with the conversion and added the extra 2 points.
And Air Force, they've only come inside the Navy 22 meters twice, and they've scored 2 beautiful converted tries. Parakram Ratnayaka going over to score the second, and they went into the lead just at the blink of half time. And Gayanta Iddamalgoda 2 similar conversions as well. Earlier it was a lovely touch finder from Ishara Majdan as well to bring Navy into being Air Force into the Navy 22 meters as well. So it will be half time here at Welisara, and we'll go for a short commercial break now, and when we do come back we'll have the second half action.
වෙඩින් එකට තාම හොටෙල් එකවත් බුක් කරලා නැහැනේ.
දෙකින් දෙන්නම් සුදු.
අලු සීට් ටිකක් දැම්ම නම් නරකයි.
දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න නම් දෙකෙන් ගන්න ඕනේ. Whatever the need, a Ceylon personal loan will be ready for you in just 2 days.
සිලාන් පර්සනල් ලෝන් කිව්වා වගේම වැඩ.
Ceylon Bank, the bank with a heart.
ක්‍රීඩාවා සම්බන්ධ කතන්දර දැනගෙන හිටියට විතරක් මදි. ඒවා ලෝකෙටම ඇහෙන්න කියන්න පුළුවන් ක්‍රමයක් ගැනයි මේ කියන්නේ. නිකම්ම නෙමේ මුදල් උපයන්නත් පුළුවන්. ක්‍රීඩාව ගැන රසකතා දන්නවා නම් ඒවා නිර්මාණශීලීව රූප මාධ්‍යයෙන් ඉදිරිපත් කරන්න පුළුවන් නම් කතා කරන්න අපට 0777 822 777 නැත්නම් ඊමේල් කරන්න careers@thepapare.com. ThePapare.com ක්‍රීඩාවට හදවතින්ම.
අලු සීට් ටිකක් දැම්ම නම් නරකයි.
දෙකින් දෙන්නම්.
සර් සර්ගේ පේමන්ට් එක සෙටල් කරන්න තියෙනවා.
දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න නම් දෙකෙන් ගන්න ඕනේ. Whatever the need, a Ceylon personal loan will be ready for you in just 2 days.
සිලාන් පර්සනල් ලෝන් කිව්වා වගේම වැඩ.
Ceylon Bank, the bank with a heart.
உங்கள் கிராமத்தில், உங்கள் நகரில், உங்கள் பிரதேசத்தில் உள்ள வீரர்கள் திறமையானவர்களா? அவளின் திறமைகளை நீங்கள் அறிந்து கொள்ள வேண்டுமா? தமிழ் பேசும் உங்களின் திறமைகளை உலகறியச் செய்யும் உங்களுக்கான யூடியூப் சேனல் www.youtube.com/ThePapare Tamil.
වෙඩින් එකට තාම හොටෙල් එකවත් බුක් කරලා නැහැනේ.
දෙකින් දෙන්නම් සුදු.
අලු සීට් ටිකක් දැම්ම නම් නරකයි.
දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න නම් දෙකෙන් ගන්න ඕනේ. Whatever the need, a Ceylon personal loan will be ready for you in just 2 days.
සිලාන් පර්සනල් ලෝන් කිව්වා වගේම වැඩ.
Ceylon Bank, the bank with a heart.
ක්‍රීඩාවා සම්බන්ධ කතන්දර දැනගෙන හිටියට විතරක් මදි. ඒවා ලෝකෙටම ඇහෙන්න කියන්න පුළුවන් ක්‍රමයක් ගැනයි මේ කියන්නේ. නිකම්ම නෙමෙයි, මුදල් උපයන්නත් පුළුවන්. ක්‍රීඩාව ගැන රසකතා දන්නවා නම් ඒවා නිර්මාණශීලීව රූප මාධ්‍යයෙන් ඉදිරිපත් කරන්න පුළුවන් නම් කතා කරන්න අපට 0777 822 777 නැත්නම් ඊමේල් කරන්න careers@thepapare.com. ThePapare.com ක්‍රීඩාවට හදවතින්ම.
අලු සීට් ටිකක් දැම්ම නම් නරකයි.
දෙකින් දෙන්නම්.
සර් සර්ගේ පේමන්ට් එක සෙටල් කරන්න තියෙනවා.
දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින්
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න නම් දෙකෙන් ගන්න ඕනේ. Whatever the need, a Ceylon personal loan will be ready for you in just 2 days.
සිලාන් පර්සනල් ලෝන් කිව්වා වගේම වැඩ.
Ceylon Bank, the bank with a heart.
Welcome back to ThePapare.com. You are watching the first game of the 2020 New Year. Navy Sports Club hosting Air Force Sports Club here at Welisara. And what a first half. It was Air Force came from back to take a 14 points to 12 lead against the home team. And now Air Force will look to extend. But Navy Sports Club looking to spark things up from their own corner. Chatura Seniviratna with a clearance kick. The ball will stay alive. Surya Krishan sees space. Not a good kick by the lad. So inside the 22, Navy will start the second half, Kavind.
It was a really poor kick from the fullback. Thought he was in touch when he put that kick as well.
That's exactly what happened. He went into touch as he kicked the ball, but really poor work there by the fullback. He had enough and more time to go into a better angle and put a better clearance kick.
He could have run the ball a couple of meters, then put the high up and under. Here's Adisha Veeratunga. Here's Navy doing what Air Force managed to do in the first half. Advantage being played in favor of Navy as well. The mark being called by Ishara Madhusan. Hence the penalty advantage. Surely Navy will put this into touch and then try to milk that penalty. The restarts haven't been picture perfect for Air Force. Kungahawatta given the kicking duties. 10 meters away from the try line. Inside the 22 meters, Amit Gurusingha with the throw in. Surely Adisha Veeratunga will go up to claim that ball. And they form that rolling ball. Doesn't manage to suck it. Here's the Navy with an opportunity. This is what Air Force did really well. Use it once is the call. Replacements have found its way into Navy as well. The likes of Nirosh Pereira, Richie Dharampala to the try scorer, Charit Silva takes the ball into contact. Air Force should roll away. Advantage being played. The player not rolling away. It was the earlier culprit did again. The number 6. The referee clearly wanting to have a word with the captain.
Both teams showing a sense of urgency right from the start in the second half.
Advantage being played. And the try has been scored by Charit Silva. The second try for Charit Silva. A quick step taken. Beautiful stuff. Yet again it was the Charit Silva and Deshan Vimukti combining. There was no defenders guarding that. Defense line. This is Amit Gurusingha. You see on screen. Isurukonga Hawat with the conversion yet again, and just like that, 2 minutes into the second half, Navy are back on the lead.
So it's clearly a match where the forwards are dominating Kavint. All 3 tries coming in from the forwards. They're playing it close. The backs are yet to unleash themselves. This is what happened. Taken it. Richie Dharmapala took it quickly. And Charit Silva had no trouble going over, scoring his second try. Kongawatha with the conversion attempt. Does it neatly, bisects the post. So 7 points up.
19 points to 14 it is. Navy back on the lead. This is what Air Force did late in the first half as well. So 3 tries, 3 consecutive tries coming in the same area. We've hardly seen any back make a breakthrough.
Yeah.
2 good backlines as well. Amit Gurusingha taken cleanly. Takes it into contact. Richie Dharampala to Supun Paris. This time they'll surely clear this out. Chatura Seneviratna waiting. A good high up and under. Collected by the fullback. Bumps into his own player, but Air Force just manages to hold on to possession. Here's Idda Malgoda. Here's James.
Okay, hands away, right.
Nuan Pereira with a flat kick collected by Konga Hawat. Here's a broken play. Returns the favor.
Okay, good.
Inside the 22 meters, and the fullback will put this into touch, but it doesn't find touch. Adisa Veeratunga to Chatura Seneviratna. Chatura decides to make a run of it into touch. Richie Dharampala to Vimukti. This is the first time the backs had some ball movement. Richie Dharampala to Adisha Veeratunga.
Okay, now hands.
As Sero goes through one, advantage being played in favor of Navy. Courtesy of that high tackle. Takes the ball, gives it out wide. Yes, Guru Singha. A good tackle. And
Okay, okay, number 18, number 18. 18. 18, break.
Baji. Initially, it was the high tackle on
White go there.
Seru
I'll speak to.
that the referee.
Okay, get back. Makatakan mandak.
The intensity of the game
Okay.
is telling here.
Oh, मैं बलान plan ने?
I think there was a punch in that brawl. I think that would mean trouble for Air Force. Referee Akil Jamali wants to have a word with his assistant.
First, there was a high tackle, which was yellow card offense. You spot the number. Number 6 here. Number 6 blue. Okay. So one offense is there. Okay. The second offense, right here, there was a tip tackle. Do you agree with me? Yes. Just a penalty? Yeah, just a penalty. No, I'll go with the yellow as well. Do you spot the number there? Number 6 and number 2. And finally, there was a punch, direct contact to the head. So I am thinking of red. Are you happy with it?
No, I'm not happy.
Why is that?
So it's not right punch, right?
Okay. So we stick with 3 yellows. 3 yellows. So number 2, 6, and him.
Number 2, number
6
6.
and him. The punch is same player. Okay. Number 2 and number 6.
Looks like Parakram Ratna
Number 6
will face 10 minutes in the bin. And also Nilantha Jayavira.
First, there was a high tackle right there. So that's a yellow card offense. Okay. Secondly, there was a tip tackle, which was lifted beyond the horizontal line. That's a yellow card as well. But after the infringement, there was a direct contact towards the head. There was a punch. So unfortunately, there was a push, not a punch. Push is okay, but punch is not acceptable. So unfortunately, you're going as yellow, you're going as red. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Red.
So the 2 try scorer Parakram Ratnayaka shown a red card, and that means Air Force will only play with 14
right
men
here,
even
right
after
there.
Nilantha Jayavira comes into the park.
Back on.
So this is a great numerical advantage for Navy Sports Club.
Clearly, there was a punch by Parakrama Ratnayaka. So 1 yellow card. Playing with 13 men is Air Force. An unforced error by Navy.
Okay. Oh, maybe 3. Okay. Time off.
Not a good touch find there
Switch.
by Kongawat. Unfortunately,
Front row se
cooked.
Front row se okay. Replacement no contested come back and pulang. Ogana front row la inna bench එක. Uncontested වෙන්නේ ඔයගලන්ගේ substitute නැත්තම්. දැන් ඔයගලන් ඉන්න substitute ඉන්න ඔයගලන්ගේ. contest කරන්න පුළුවන් ඔයගල substitute ඉන්න play කරන්න.
So it won't be an uncontested scrum. Referee Akil Jamaluddin explains it to skipper Ranuka and Gayanthi Magura that they have substitutes available. Hence, it won't be uncontested scrum.
Okay. Crouch.
Really unnecessary from Air
Button.
Force.
Set.
There's a high tackle. High tackle earned the yellow card. Then there was a
Play on,
tip
ball is out.
tackle. Here's Air Force trying to break through. But the ball has been knocked forward. Collected by James. Still, Sara Kavirala with that break.
It's the pressure coming. The absence of those 2 players are going to put a big burden on these 13 players' shoulders. 15 against 13 is always a tough battle.
Scrum in favor of Navy. Richie Dharampala with the feed in.
Crouch!
Early now.
Boy!
Isha Seneviratna will break
Set.
in from that number 8
Okay,
position. Take a couple of defenders. But good scrum from Navy. Strong stuff. No advantages of yet. The scrum being resetted for wheeling. Rather
Oh, प्रसन्न है एक प्रसन्न एक स्क्रम भी आया
stop.
करगुन नहीं सर
Replacements for Navy.
ओगला
Josh
ओगला
Pereira.
पुष्करा पास एक करगुना तो स्क्रम भी ओगला नहीं
Joining us
मैं बलांगे
alongside Supun Peris.
Crouch! Boy!
Richie Dharampala with yet another scrum.
Steady, okay? Steady. Yeah, sure.
Akhil Jamaldeen. Having a word to the front row and a replacement in the hooker position is a prop in nature, Tuan Farid, who played for Kingswood last year, acting as the hooker.
3-2-1. 3-2-1. Crouch! Boy!
7-man scrum.
Set.
And one shot in the line out as well. There you go. Here another push from
Playing advantage.
Navy. Radhisha Seneviratna controlling things at the back. Here's Richie Dharampala. 2-0. Clovadi. A lovely offload to Adisha Veeratunga. Takes the ball into the 22 meters. Tuan Farid. Almost got the turnover.
No advantage. Going back for a penalty there.
A knock on in
He's
favor
the
of
first driver. He has the right ball. They are going back for the penalty.
advantage in favor of Navy for that scrum.
Yeah, Akhil Jamaldeen calls back play for that initial infringement from the scrum down. But good work there by the newcomer Farid. He didn't let Navy capitalize on the advantage. But now Isur Kongawat finds good touch and gives his team another opportunity to extend their lead and make that maximum use of the numerical advantage. There's many more changes coming in for Navy Sports Club.
Here's why the numerical advantage occurred.
Back on.
This was the tip tackle that turned the yellow card. And soonly followed by that, that was deemed as a punch. So hence the yellow card.
Play on, play on. Okay.
And,
Okay, hands away.
here's Richie Dharampala to Adesha Veeratunga. Breaks through one. Gains a couple of
Hands
feet.
away, off feet, off feet.
Releases it cleanly. Here's Charit Silva, the danger man.
Okay, hands away.
Brought down meters away from the try line. Richie Dharampala has plenty of numbers outside. Chatura Seneviratna. One for it. Almost had a turnover. Advantage being played. A penalty. Given for Air Force. As we see, Charit Silva still not on his feet. Air Force doing really well. Kudos to Tuan Farid who won that turnover. Is acting as the hooker. Here's the replay. Adesha Veeratunga trying to go by himself. Pick the ball up. Not from the ruck, rather. Tuan Farid with the throw in.
Hold it there, hold the ball.
And an in-depth look at the Dialog Rugby League facts and figures, the stats, the highest try scorers and everything. The points table available at the stats.thepapare.com. You can check the site out, look at the points table, the try scorers, and many more.
And also back in Police Park, the Cops are once again high running, 19 points to 10, leading against a rather fancier star-studded CHNFC team. But the Cops are showing what they really can do, Kavind.
Ravidu Anjula, this time unlucky. Yes, Seru Kaluvati going through the middle is Seru Kaluvati, brought down just outside the just inside the 22 meters. Advantage being played. Here's Supun Piris. Richie Dharampala opts to go for his open side. Mushin Falil. Here's Radhish Senuratna, picks it up and goes by himself. The ball has been knocked over. The line was offside. Unluckily for Air Force, they had a countering opportunity. And replacements for Navy with the likes of Stefan Sansoni wearing that number 13 jersey.
How many penalties at the moment?
Surely they'll go for 3 points.
Unfortunate there for Air Force. They're doing tremendously well in defense with just 13 men in the park. But Navy Sports Club have an opportunity to make it 22 points to 14 and extend their lead and maybe get into a position where they can once and for all secure their first win in the Dialog Rugby League 2019-2020.
Isuru Gongahavat with the penalty. Right. He misses the kick right in front. Thought that was the easiest of kicks available.
He converted the two from an angle, but the one straight forward he misses. But
here's a lifeline for Air Force. If the yellow card comes in, playing with 13 men at the moment. Seru Kaluvati is still on the ground being treated for that knee. Navy with a couple of mistakes as Air Force reinforces their second rows.
the two Fijians having a small chat there.
Bang, 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 yada bang.
James and Seru having a bit of a laugh.
And James had really had a quiet game so far. And the Air Force try scorer Parakramatnaga has himself an red card.
Time back on.
Ishara Madshan with the 22-meter dropout. A lovely kick right into the buckets of Chatura Seneviratna. Here's his Rukongahat. It's a lovely kick ahead. Does the same mistake again.
Surya Krishan is just not. In fact, it's Faris Ali. He's just not capable enough to put in a good touch finder. He had Ishara Madhushan on support. He just should have passed.
And the Air Force find themselves in Red zone inside the 22 meters, defending against a 15 men line out, and the yellow card has been restored for Air Force, so they will be playing against 14-15. Here's Nuan Pereira.
Second release,
goes
wide.
into traffic. Ishara Majshan with flankers.
Okay, hands away, blue. Wide, release. Ball is available.
Not rolling away. Here's Nuan Pereira. Put it out to Ganti Damalgada, who puts a lovely kick.
Backwards.
Doesn't manages to find touch. Numbers on the outside for Navy. But a lovely tackle on Sachin Tabesekara. Bundles him into touch. Does Air Force. Jehan Silagam, a very good tackle. Initially it was a perfect tackle on Sachin by James. And Air Force still hanging on to that deficit. Just a 5-point deficit yet. 19 points to 14.
Blue.
Navy scoring and try early on. One Farid with the line out. Right in front of that Air Force pavilion.
Backwards.
Ball has been knocked back.
Stay.
The short line out opted. The 4-man line out.
Good.
The original hooker.
Use it.
Here's Nuan Pereira with a kick. Chatura Seneviratna weaving his way through that middle.
Okay, now hands.
Rishi Dharampala to Charit Silva. Here's Nirosh Pereira.
Okay, off it.
Dharmapala to Sero. Numbers on the outside. Here's where the overlaps open up. They're playing with an advantage as well. Here's Adish Veeratunga takes the ball into contact. I think it will be
no advantage.
For not releasing.
At the
advantage.
Ruck, kicking out.
A penalty for kicking it out of the ruck.
Kicking out of the ruck. Ball down.
Booting it out of the ruck rather.
රකේ දෙනකොට බෝල එළියට කික් කරන්න බෑ. and ඊළඟ ඒවිලා මම ඊළඟ action එකක් ගන්නවා penalties වැඩි මේ හරියට. okay ඊළඟ action.
The Air Force really couldn't afford another yellow card here. They're already playing on with 14 men.
Kicking out.
Isuru Kongawatta puts the ball into touch. A line out right inside the 22 meters.
Dora.
Also make sure, if you haven't subscribed us yet on YouTube, make sure you go and search for ThePapare official on YouTube. We have content for over 5,000 hours on all different kind of sports just for you to view. And we cover some great segments as well on all sports, be it rugby, cricket, football, volleyball, netball, you name it, you have it there. So if you haven't, make sure you subscribe to the ThePapare YouTube channel, and also make sure you click on to that bell icon.
Yes, Charit Silva bumping through the middle, taking a couple of defenders with him as well, and the penalty has been won by Air Force. Good stuff from
Hey, come down.
Abhishek Fernando. Charit Silva pumping and busting off.
Mark here.
4 to 5 defenders, and the penalty has been given to Air Force.
You can tell from the players' body language coming, they're a bit frustrated. They are and need to get their head back in the game.
And referee Akhil Jamaldeen.
Okay, I have not seen him
there.
What have you got me?
It's not punch, right? We're going for aggressive play with number 15.
Okay. Okay, I'll push. So I'll continue the penalty, but I want them not to repeat their way. Number 1. Number 1 white. So there was a push. There was a push. Okay. Number 1.
So referee
Number 1 and captain.
not happy with the number 1.
Number 1 white. What?
Number 1 white of Navy Sports Club, that's Charit Silva.
So it's your penalty. It's your penalty.
A bit of push and pull by the players on the ground.
At first, there was not going off it. I'm appealing against that. Okay. But secondly, after the penalty, you try to push here and there. Make sure you don't repeat that again. Okay? It was push. It was push, but I'm going to penalize that one only. Okay.
Referee Akil Jamaldin just explaining to not push or pull or provoke any sense of aggressiveness in the field. Good advice there from Jamaldin.
Ishara Majshan with the kick. Just outside the 22 meters, they've earned a line out.
For a second, I thought the ball is coming into our head. Kavint.
Yeah. Change number 1. Number 1. Yeah, wait.
Will play as
play.
that hooker.
Hold it there.
So the two-try scorer Charit Silva walks off the field as Kolavarati substitutes him, and Ravin Fernando,
number 5,
another senior player, makes his way in instead of Supun Piris. So fresh legs in the park for Navy Sports Club.
Tuan Farid took a short line out the last time around, where it was a similar line out, but on the other side of the field. The time back on. This time cleanly collected by Ravindu Anjula. Here's James running a lovely decoy. Surya Krishan takes the ball into contact. Nuan Pereira to Gayanti the Malgoda. Lovely cutout pass to Tuan Farid. Tuan Fakir rather. Gayanti the Malgoda crashes forward, and a penalty being given for the line being offside.
24 offside. Okay. Mark is here. Okay, break.
I think there was a little argy-bargy on the ground as well.
Fans getting involved this time.
Mark is there.
Nevertheless, Air Force Sports Club have less than 20 minutes to go.
Lovely.
Doesn't find touch. Ishar Madhushan and Chatura Seniviratna returns the favor. Big up and under. Faris Ali collects it. Steps off the first tackler.
Faris Ali taking the ball into contact. James, a lovely pass. Playing with advantages. Air Force. Here's Ganti Tamal. Cleanly puts the chip. Collected by Ravin. Silva finally falls in the hand of Kongahawat. Navy reeling back into the 22 meters. Just outside the 22 meters. They'll surely clear this out. Air Force. Just a reminder, they are playing with 14 men. Here's numbers on the outside. Adisha Veeratunga cuts back in. A lovely step from Adisha. Still goes Adisha. Knocks the ball on. So it'll be a scrum just outside the 22 meters for Air Force.
Both teams are showing a sense of urgency. They know there's just a little bit of time remaining. And really unforced error there by Adisha Veeratunga.
He initially did really well to cut back in. Here's the replay. They decide not to kick this time. Here's Adisha. Fumbles with it. Steps past 1 and 2. And
white number 17. 17.
Tries to put in that
17.
offload, knocks the ball on. Unluckily, Abhishek Fernando knocked it on as
Number
well.
17.
Had he not
17 white, captain.
and
Number 17 white.
sent it out wide, surely Air Force would have
Okay.
Been under the post and maybe taken the lead, but nevertheless, they're still in the 22 with possession. They have the opportunity.
Sub 5.
All the
Number 7.
substitutes are coming into the field
नहीं,
now.
वह कौन change
Senior
है?
man
वह
Gayatri
damage है.
Malgola
Okay.
has been taken off by coach Silva.
and also I think Ishara Makshan has left the field as well. Gayatri Malgola had a good game as well. He had two brilliant turnovers.
17 होता है. 17 तीन.
Number 10 Kavin and number 23 Imesh Priyadarshana will move into wing. Shar Madhushan, he's experienced number 10 as well. He's a good utility back, can play at 9, 10, 11, 14, you name it, he can play anywhere you want. He can also kick well, so that's an added advantage for any coach.
Time back on.
Nuwan Pereira with the fade in. This will be a very important scrum for Air Force. The 7-man scrum.
Coach. Boy.
Nuwan Pereira, if Air Force do manage to hold this on, which they tries ever so hardly, advantage in favor of Air Force. Saraka Verala takes the ball into contact, picks and goes. Shashika Fernando, advantage. Surely they'll put this into touch. Vishara Madhushan. This is what the Air Force did in the first half as well. Just as the latter parts arrived in that first half, they turned up the urgency, went to the corner and formed a beautiful rolling maul. But just a reminder, Parakram Ratnayaka is not on the field. So Tuan Farid will have to do it for Air Force if they are to come back again, just like they did in the first half.
Definitely, first things first, they'll have to get the line out right. And from there on, they'll have to form a rolling maul, and then the transitions come. It's a long process, although
numbers are not doing
2-3 minutes. So much of work to do. The youngster, Tuan Farid. A lot of pressure on his arms.
This time opting for a 5-man line out.
Scrum off in the Navy. Scrum.
They've always gone with 4 men. 4 men since Parakram Ratnayaka was red carded. Huge pressure on the young hooker. Tuan Farid just finished his school's career last year. Here's the Air Force. The ball pops out. So it will be a knock-on in favor of Navy. They'll surely clear this out. Mushin Falil. To Konga Hawata puts the ball to boot.
Advantage.
Doesn't find much distance, but advantage was not being played enough.
I can't hear you.
So it will be a scrum for that knock-on.
Clear and real.
The rolling ball, but unluckily for the airman, the ball popped out.
This is what happened. Ravindra Anjula just trying to make that transition. But Saraka Viral see that coming, popped the ball off his chest and knocked forward. Gives possession away to Navy Sports Club.
Still plenty of time remaining for Air Force to score a try if they really want to.
They do, Kavit, they really do. But it's just that Navy Sports Club defending well, and they're also having a numerical advantage. Chatur Sen Ratna puts a big kick, a lucky bounce.
Advantage in favor of Navy.
There was knock forward. no advantage.
Tackled in
They are
there.
going
It
back for a
was
penalty there.
rather an
Only for a
ankle tap.
penalty. May I knock forward that
We could see that on replay.
I'll check the play and come. Okay, back.
Samit Dhananjaya, number 11, in a bit of pain.
Okay. Doctor.
The doctor is being called onto the field. Doesn't look to be in good shape.
He landed on the back immediately. It was just an ankle tap. Here's a replay of that incident. Here's the lucky bounce for him. Tried to take the man. He landed on his back. There you go.
He's just acting there. I know about that. He's just acting. But yeah, he's
He
acting.
was committed to the tackle.
So, for the
He was
moment, we'll
slightly in the
take an
air.
action against the offense there.
Interesting to see
So
what
he was on the
the
air.
verdict of this
He was in position to get the ball.
would be.
But what happened there was blue player
Surely
went towards
Air
the player rather than the ball.
Can't afford
So
another
I'm thinking of a yellow. Are you happy with that?
Yes, I'm happy with that.
So you have the number?
Yes, the guy with the strap-in on his knee in the corner.
Number? It's just yellow. Just yellow. මේක එල්ල එතන රෙඩ් කාඩ් ඔෆෙන්ස් එකට යන්න තිබ්බා බට් එතනින් අඩු වෙනවා yellow card offense එකට මොකද ලෑන්ඩ් කරන්නේ බැක් එකෙන් නිසා එතන yellow card offense එකට විතරයි මං යන්නේ. ඕකේ රෙඩ් කාඩ් offense එකට මං යන්නේ. ඕකේ.
So,
Magisi.
Priyadarshana, Imash Priyadarshana goes as he came. Once again, Air Force Sports Club will go back to 13 men.
Just inside the 22 meters. Kungahawat playing with 13 men yet again.
Numbers? All in, yeah? All in.
Amit Gurusingh
The cap is okay.
with the throw in.
Backwards play on.
Turned over. Good stuff from Air Force. The ball goes out to Ishara Madshan. Puts a high up and under.
Blue number 3.
Here's
Okay, 10 minutes, okay?
Jahan Silagama collects it in midfield. Still holding strong is Silagama, the former Antonian. Here's Air Force playing with 13 men. Faris Ali going into contact. Nuwan Pereira puts the high up and under. Bounces lucky for Chaturusani Viratna. Turns and puts the ball to boot just outside the 22 meters. The pass isn't a very good one. Jahan Silagama was right under it.
I have no idea what Samit Dhananjaya was thinking. Everybody saw Silagam standing there. He's a big man. You could clearly see him. Just waited for the ball, and I think Dhananjaya thought he could pass it over Silagam's head, but just he raised his hands and collected the ball. And now Air Force Sports Club in a great position to put some pressure and breach that Navy defense line.
Ravindu Anjula goes up, collects it cleanly. Not straight is the verdict from the referee, Gihan Yatavara. So it'll be a scrum or a line out. Scrum rather, in favor of Navy. Navy given another opportunity to get out of jail. Courtesy Air Force playing with 13 men. Just 10 minutes to go on our clock.
Set.
Navy get a scrum just outside the 22 meters. Radhisha Seneviratne to Chatura Seneviratne. A high up and under. Sansoni chasing. The ball has been knocked back. Sansoni takes the man. Air Force somehow manages to keep possession. Here's James. Nuwan Pereira surely will put a box kick if he can. Here's the Air Force.
Skipper Ranuka carrying the ball forward, leading from up front, and now James trying to spark something up for Air Force.
Nuwan Pereira to Ishara Madshan. Goes into contact. Surely a high tackle. Advantage being played. Nuwan Pereira puts the high up and under. Chatura Seneviratne right under it. But a penalty in favor of Air Force. They'll yellow card for Ravin Silva, the substitute. It was high. So here again, 14 versus 15. Air Force with the penalty. They'll put this into touch.
Automatically it's a time back on.
Ishara Madshan, we put this into touch and hope his forwards can drive it over.
And hold on for 9 more minutes or 8 more minutes.
A lovely touch finder. 10 meters from the try line. They got a similar opportunity on the other side of the field. The forwards having a meeting just off your screen. Tuan Farid. Surely Ravindu Anjula will jump. Tuan Farid with the throw in. Ravindu Anjula forms the rolling ball. Lifted up. Good defense from Navy, but Air Force manages to keep possession. Good defense on the man James right over the ball. Nuwan Pereira sending the ball out wide. Navy defending brilliantly. James with the carry. Takes 3 men to bring him down. Surely that would have opened numbers on the outside. Forwards doing all the hard work. Good tackles coming in from Navy. 14 on 15. Here's Tuan Farid being bundled into touch. The ball has been knocked backwards. Navy have managed to turn it over. Good stuff from that player. It was Radhisha Seneviratne right over the ball.
It was not a tackle, so he
turning it over.
He was going for the ball. It was not a tackle, so he's okay.
Right over it. So penalty in favor of Navy. They'll put this into touch. Eat up as much as time they can.
Really unfortunate there for Air Force. Should have played the ball earlier. They were taking their own time when they really needed more time. Cheaply given away position. Really big miss here for Air Force.
Right inside their own half is the Air Force. Here's the replay. Tuan Farid, it went backwards. There was no one to collect it. Radhisha Seneviratne was right over it. There was daylight shown.
Numbers?
Then a bit of argy-bargy. Line out to Navy, Amit Guru Singh. With the throw in, Richie Dharampal to Mushin Falil. Here's numbers on the outside. Chatura Seneviratne goes by himself, still on his feet.
Off it, bro! Off it!
It was off feet, numbers on the outside, no one in the blind side for Navy. Adisha Veeratunga fending off a couple, puts a lovely inside ball to Nirosh Pereira. Richie Dharampala. The Air Force holding on. Surely Charit Silva would have been a huge impact if he had been on this field.
Definitely he could have
Okay,
bulldozed over most of these players and gone. He showed great form in the first half as well, but nevertheless now Richie Dharmapala marshalling his forwards.
Adisha Seneviratne. And the turnover has been taken. Air Force quickly taken by Nuan Pereira. Puts the ball to boot. Does no one hit the back. Nuan Pereira. Chatura Seneviratne knocks the ball on. So it will be a scrum in favor of Air Force.
Line out or scrum?
This is the last lifeline Air Force get.
Option?
Chatura Seneviratne. It was good
Line out or scrum? Scrum?
game sense from Nuan Pereira. Took it quickly. Here you go. Took it quickly. And put the ball to boot. There was no one at the back.
3 minutes ago.
The ball luckily falling
Mark here.
forward from the hand of Chatura Seneviratne. Air Force. A final charge if they are lucky. Sara Coverell
Crouch
at the back.
Bind.
There's a lot of responsibility to take that ball out.
Steady.
Give his
Playing advantage.
the ball has been knocked on by Air Force. Possession being turned over. Now they'll eat up the time.
No advantage. We are going for a scrum
Penalty in favor of
time the scrum before the scrum is over.
Navy.
Before the scrum is over.
Air Force yet again managed
2
to
minutes,
turn that
2.5
ball
minutes
over, but the referee was playing advantage.
Retire him before the scrum is over. No, retire.
With the clock ticking down, Kavin, I think it's time for us to select the Dialog View player of the match in today's game. And I think there were a few hands raised in both teams. Gayanthi Malguda from Air Force and also Radisha Seneviratne, some key players. But I think we could both agree that the player of the match in today's game was Charit Silva, the prop forward of Navy Sports Club. Scored 2 important tries and also his ball carrying skills were on point. So today's Dialog View player of the match award goes to Charit Silva.
Yeah.
He was brilliant with his carries. Scored 2 tries and 1 was held up as well. Could have easily scored that hat trick.
Mark is here. Mark is here. White mark is here. Distance here. Get back.
1.5 minutes remaining.
Get back. Wait, time is off. Wait, hold it. Okay, time back on.
Yeah, those are still not out of the game.
Maul!
Forms the rolling maul. Air Force
once
trying to defend with all they have.
Release,
Final
release,
takedown.
no.
Navy doing brilliantly. Richie Dharampala to Radisha Seneviratne going by himself, meters away from the try line. Richie Dharampala going to the blind side.
Okay, first roll away, first roll away.
Ample players. Adesha Veeratunga. Rishi Dharampala opting to go for his forwards.
Okay, we clear it. Blue, release, please.
The ball is available with Navy. Yes, Adesha Veeratunga goes by himself, eats up the time, going through the faces, the forwards.
No, work. Wait, blue. Okay, play on. Play on.
And the try has been scored by Navy. Beautiful stuff. Nirosh Pereira. Piris rather. Nirosh Pereira scoring that try. That will be the game. With the conversion to come, Chadura Seneviratna will take this. Was knocked down by the Air Force player. The Air Force should be given due credit. They played with 14 men, 13 at a time. It wasn't an easy game for Navy. Wasn't high running rugby. Both teams battled it. Mushin Falil to take the conversion. Not a really good one. And that will be the game. Navy, the first win of the season for them.
Really intense game, a battle between both teams, both forces. But in the end, Navy Sports Club manages to secure their first win in the 2019-2020 Dialog Rugby League, beating Air Force. It was a tough battle, but ultimately in the last minute, Navy Sports Club managed to get that all-important bonus point try. 24 points to 14 was how this game ended, but a lot of infringements and a lot of cards coming out.
And had the Air Force been a little more disciplined, surely they would have made a game out of it. The Air Force has a lot of positives to be taken out of this game. And we'll take a look at the second half highlights. This is how the second half started. Air Force kicked it on. And they scored through Charit Silva, the PAPARE player of the match, and Kong Hawat.
And then on, the bad omen started for Air Force Sports Club. Parakram Ratnayaka was red carded. But this was that next infringement. Another yellow card. And the final try scored by Nirosh Pereira. Samit Dhananjaya tried to keep the ball alive, and as he did so, gave his team a wonderful fourth try. As the beautiful sun sets here at Welisara, you can find the breakdown. 4 tries to 2 conversions each, no penalties, no drop goals, and the Dialog View player of the match, Charit Silva of Navy Sports Club. It was a wonderful game of rugby between the two teams. Great intensity, lot of infringements, stop-start affair, but nevertheless was a wonderful game of rugby. This evening, the upcoming fixtures tomorrow, CRNFC will host Candy at Longdon Place. The big game of the week, 2 unbeaten teams clash head-on. It's supposed to be one of the biggest games this year. And next we have Army hosting Havelock Sports Club right here at Welisara. Another key game in the first round. Moving on to week 5, Air Force Sports Club will meet the high-running Cops at Ratmalana. And the Sailors, after securing the first win, they'll want to continue the same momentum against Army at Welisara, their home game. CHNFC will host Kandy at Racecourse. CH, of course, not up to their best this year around, although they have some star-studded names. And Havelock Sports Club will host CRNFC, their arch rivals, at Havelock Park, and it will be a night game kicking off at 6:30 p.m. on 8th Jan. So that's what's up in the Dialog Rugby League next week. Stay tuned to ThePapare.com. Keep it locked. Keep it tuned. We're here to bring you live action and the best pictures around the country, because we're the #1 sports hub in Sri Lanka. So that's it here from Welisara. Yusran Lantra signing off. ThePapare.com, sharing the passion. Good night.
වෙඩින් එකට තාම හොටෙල් එකවත් බුක් කරලා නැහැනේ.
දෙකින් දෙන්නම් සිදු.
අලු සීට් එකක් දැම්ම නම් නරකයි.
දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න නම් දෙකෙන් ගන්න ඕනේ. Whatever the need, a Ceylon personal loan will be ready for you in just 2 days.
Ceylon personal loan කිව්වා වගේම වැඩ.
Ceylon Bank, the bank with a heart.
ක්‍රීඩාව සම්බන්ධ කතන්දර දැනගෙන හිටියට විතරක් මදි. ඒවා ලෝකෙටම ඇහෙන්න කියන්න පුළුවන් ක්‍රමයක් ගැනයි මේ කියන්නේ. නිකම්ම නෙමෙයි, මුදල් උපයන්නත් පුළුවන්. ක්‍රීඩාව ගැන රසකතා දන්නවා නම් ඒවා නිර්මාණශීලීව රූප මාධ්‍යයෙන් ඉදිරිපත් කරන්න පුළුවන් නම් කතා කරන්න අපට 0777 822 777 නැත්නම් ඊමේල් කරන්න careers@thepapare.com. ThePapare.com, ක්‍රීඩාවට හදවතින්ම.
අලු සීට් එකක් දැම්ම නම් නරකයි.
දෙකින් දෙන්නම්.
සර්, සර්ගේ පේමන්ට් එක සෙටල් කරන්න තියෙනවා.
දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින් දෙන්නම්. දෙකින්
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න නම් දෙකෙන් ගන්න ඕනේ. Whatever the need, a Ceylon personal loan will be ready for you in just 2 days.
Ceylon personal loan කිව්වා වගේම වැඩ.
Ceylon Bank, the bank with a heart.